Okay, we're going to look at problem number 1 in our review. We had to form an equation, have an estimation, and then do our work and get an answer. When reading this problem, it's like I'm going on a hike, and my hike is 8 3/4 miles long. So I'm going to write 8 3/4. When I think about that, and it says per hour, I'm actually cutting this 8 3/4 miles up into how many miles per hour. So I am dividing by 2 1/2. When I look at this question here, before I start working, I want to estimate. When I estimate, I want to think of whole numbers that I can look at math facts and solve them in my head. So 8 3/4 would round to 9 whole. I'm still dividing, and 2 1/2 would round to 3. If I solve this math fact, then we're going to say it's about, because I am estimating, 3. So now let's do the math. And let's see if we come up with an answer that might be close to 3. So I'm going to write my work over here, 8 3/4, and we're dividing it by 2 1/2. I'm going to change my mixed numbers to improper, so I'm going to multiply down, add up, and I'm going to get 35/4. I am still dividing, but I'm going to multiply down, add up, and I'm going to get 5/2. Now my rules for dividing are flip the second and multiply. So I'm going to have 35/4. I want to multiply, and I'm going to flip this upside down. Now I have top times top, bottom times bottom. If I think about reducing before I solve, I know that 5 can go into 35 7 times. And 2 can go into 4 2 times. So now when I come all the way across, I have 7 divided by 2. This is improper, so I want to change him back to a mixed and divide out, because this line says divide by. 7 divided by 2 is 3 whole, and leftover is 1 out of 2. So my final answer is 3 1/2, and we're talking about hours to complete the hike. Now ask yourself, is 3 1/2 close to 3? And that answer is yes, so it's a reasonable answer. When I look at problem number 2, and we're looking at average rainfall for Texas is 44 3/4 inches, and I want to compare that to Las Vegas being 4.2 inches, I am just subtracting because I'm comparing to see how much more. So I'm going to compare 44 3/4 and subtract 4.2. Now I have some options here. I have fractions and decimals. I can either convert to fractions and subtract, or convert to decimals and subtract. I personally like decimals, and I notice that 3/4 is a benchmark. So in my problem over here, I'm going to say 44.75 and subtract 4.2. I'm going to do the same thing over here in my estimation, is say 44 3/4 would round up to 45 and subtract 4 only because 4.2 would round down. When I look at this answer, I'm looking at 43 inches of rain would be the difference. But let's see if our math over here works the same. I see that I have a hole that I can fill in just to balance it out. We don't need it, but it would help to make sure that we're saying 5 take away 0 is 5, and 7 take away 2 is 5. Buttons on a shirt with my decimals is a little memory trick to bring the decimals straight down, and then we have 4 take away 4 is 0, and our 4 drops on down. Why didn't you all tell me I put a 2 here instead of a 4?
I wanted to.
Okay, we'll just fix it. We'll just cross that out and say, Miss Rosenauer, you messed up. That should be a 4. If I subtract that out, we're going to change that, and that's going to be a 41. No wonder this doesn't match. Wait a minute. Do you see how if I do my actual work and I do my estimation, I can catch my mistakes? That is a powerful tool that you should practice doing and seeing happening so that you can catch your own mistakes. So, if I have 40 inches, or 40.55 inches of rainfall would be the difference between Texas and Las Vegas.